Hey there, it's David H. Lawrence the 17th, and I'm sure that many times throughout your life, you've heard the phrase, follow your passion, do what you love, and the money will follow, right? Some form of that, as opposed to, try to figure out what you're good at. You may not like it, but you're good at it. You can make money with it. In the long run, you'll be much happier if you're passionate about what you do, and that all makes sense. It's certainly something that helps you maintain your sanity and helps you maintain your enthusiasm when it comes to your life's work. But there are two particular twists to that I wanted to share with you today that might make that phrase not so useful to you. And number one is if you're young or if you aren't really well directed in life or you're confused or you're struggling, your passion, what you're passionate about, may not be well defined. It may not yet be formed. It may be in process. And if you're at a point where you really don't know what your passions are, it makes it really hard to follow those passions. And you might mistake the passion of the moment or the passion of the day or week or month, what you happen to be excited about this week. That may be something that you don't necessarily want to put all your eggs in terms of a basket, right? You don't want to follow that just because you happen to be excited about it now. So you really have to ask yourself, is this a lifelong passion? Is this something that can actually sustain me? Is this something that, I will love in 20, 30, 40, 50 years? And that brings me to the second one. And that is that passions, unfortunately, aren't always permanent. I've been really fortunate. My passion throughout my life, two of them actually, have been technology and performance on camera, on mic, in general. Teaching, combining those different things. That passion hasn't waned whatsoever. In fact, if anything, in my later years, it's become even more exciting to me and more permanent to me. But there are times when people are really excited about something when they're younger, and then as they grow older, they're like, not really. And so it's time to find a new passion if it's something that you really want to rest your efforts on, that you really want to put all those eggs in one basket. So it's a good idea to think about the fact that you may not be at a point where you can point at one particular thing or two things and say, yep, that's my passion, or those two things are my passions. And it may be that a passion that you've had for a long time just isn't cutting it for you anymore. It isn't doing what it used to do for you anymore. And you might want to find a new passion. And that's okay. That's okay that your passion has changed. I get unsubscribes all the time. When I get them, most often, the reason isn't, your content sucks, you keep spamming me, whatever. Occasionally I'll get that. But most of the time, the things that I get is I'm just not in voiceover anymore. I've moved on to something else. I'm not doing that right now. I'm looking at other things. And I always kind of sit back and think to myself, I hope it's not because they felt they were a failure. I hope it's because they found a new passion. That's really what I love to do. What's your passion? I'm sure that most of you that are watching this, your passion is performing. But what is the passion that you've always had? Maybe performance is that passion that your passion became from some other passion. I really liked auto mechanic stuff when I was a kid, but then I became, really excited about performing. Tell me about your passion. Tell me if you've switched in life. Tell me if you used to have a passion that was different from performing or whatever your passion is. And I'd love for you to join my notification group because we've got some very exciting things coming up very, very soon, and I want to make sure you know about them. Not just these new videos when they come out every day as part of my one a day challenge for this year, but some very exciting news. I'm calling it Project X. So if you haven't joined my list yet, look for a subscribe button somewhere on the page or a form that you can fill out. And if you'd like to see the latest video that I've done, the one that has just been released, go ahead and click on that frame there and YouTube will play it for you. I'm David H. Lawrence the 17th. I thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you tomorrow.